What's up guys, Jeff Jorgensen here. Today we're going to break down motivation, what it is, how to keep it going, and really what it's all about, and we're going to do that right now. First and foremost, welcome to the channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below and make sure you hit the bell option so you know when the next videos are coming. If it's your first time here at the channel, we break down the human experience and have a little fun along the way, learning more about ourselves and other people. First and foremost, what is motivation? Motivation is what drives attention towards something. How it is, what it is, whether that be something in your personal life, something in your work life, something in your extracurricular life, no matter what it is, motivation is the direction and attention that you add towards that one thing. Motivation is broken up into four main components. The first one is form. What form is what are you kind of motivated about? It's the overall essence of what motivation is. Does the form come into, I want to make YouTube videos? Is it, I want to be a aviation rescue swimmer? Do I want to get in shape? That is the definition of form within these four main components. Then you have direction. Direction is that focus, okay? Where am I going to go with this motivation? What is it going to do for me? How am I going to hone in on this? The third is intensity, okay? Intensity is how much effort I'm going to put into that, whether that be mental energy, physical energy, whether it be overall just you and who you are, maybe how much energy you put your social circle into that basically pursuit you want to go out and get. The fourth is duration. How long am I willing to continue to do this? And this one sometimes is the hardest one, the one that kind of keeps us from continuing on, and basically we lose that motivation because it gets hard. Next, there are three main things that drive motivation. The first one is arousal. Anyone ever start something like a project and you're super excited to do it? It's new, it's exciting. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna do it? Maybe you're like, okay, I wanna try this, I wanna try that. I know when I first started this YouTube channel, that was the big thing of, I was really excited to start it just to pursue what I wanted to learn about it. I wanted to get better at video editing, I wanted to get better at all these things. So the arousal was the thing that piqued my interest. So if it is, for example, getting better at swim times, okay? I saw this video, this dude motivated me, I want to get better swim times, I want to lift more, I want to do that stuff. That's the first step, that's arousal. The second is direction, okay? The path at which you go. Not necessarily where you're going, but the steps you're going to take and how you get there. This is where goal setting comes in place. You know, if you don't plan, you plan to fail, if you've ever heard that mantra. With this, you gotta make sure that you're taking it little by little. There's a ton of great books out there that deal with goal setting. I'm gonna link them down below in the description. These are things like The Power of Habit, stuff like that. These books are great in getting you motivated in the direction that you're gonna do. People sometimes overestimate how much they can take in one little piece at a time, but if you look at the most successful people in life, the people that have accomplished the most, they take these monumental tasks and they break them down into the smallest possible parts they can. And if you do this with the goals and the pursuits that you want to accomplish, you'll notice that you still have this big picture that you want to accomplish, but you're taking it little piece by little piece by little piece and enjoying and celebrating those wins. And the last one, obviously, just like the four main concepts, intensity, how much effort you're gonna put into it, where you're gonna throttle it. You can't go 110% all the time. It's just not possible. You can't go 100% into one thing. For example, Albert Einstein was a genius, but there are many parts of his life that weren't in basically balance with the rest of them. He put a lot of his effort into one thing. And to be honest, like that's not the best thing you can do to be a whole individual, especially if you have a family. You have family you gotta balance. You have life, you have work, you have personal hobbies, all of these things, but it's finding how much you're gonna put into it. I'm sure you've heard of it many times before. Tony Robbins talks about the wheel. If the wheel is off balance, you have these different areas within your life, whether it be family, finances, stuff like that. You only have so much energy you can put into all these things. If you take some away from one and put it into another, you're purposefully unbalancing this wheel. Now, if you unbalance it for a little bit, you can only go a little ways, and you have to reconfigure and organize your life so that it is a balanced life. So don't forget about that when you're talking about intensity. Don't forget about your family. Don't forget about your life. Me personally, I've done this plenty of times. I've taken some out of work and put it in the family, and I've taken some out of family and put it into work. It's a giant balancing act that continues to progress along the way. If you follow this prescription, the 4 main concepts and the 3 main drives, you'll create a pattern and a habit that will continue you along the path to continue to feel the fruit of what is motivated. I know I've told many people before, especially my wife, and many people, my wife's on the same plane as me. A lot of people, for example, the word love. When I say, I love you, that's a word, but that word is backed up by an action or verb, okay? The action of I love you, meaning I'm doing something for you, and I'm kind of going, digressing a little bit, but I'm describing something here. The act of I love you is an action. The feeling comes from the action. So when I feel loved, it's because I have either given love or I have received love. With that, to feel that feeling of motivation, you need to first put forth the action of all of those things, the form, the direction, the intensity. All of these things have to come into play, and they have to be practiced on a regular basis with this goal and this thing you are pursuing. Through doing this over and over again, this repeated process, and it's not going to be perfect the first time you do it, especially if you're diving into something new. Sometimes this goal that you have is just, you need to realize halfway through, you need to break it down even more. You need to take smaller bites. You need to stretch it out a little bit more. Maybe you have to lower the intensity just a bit, okay? All these things, you're going to fine tune that along the way, and eventually this is going to create a sustainable habit. This habit and this habituation of continuing this path along this goal you're trying to achieve will give you that feeling of motivation. And I want to keep doing that. I want to keep getting up. Me creating these videos and the feedback I get from you guys on, you know what, I love this, I love that you did that. That keeps me going with these videos. And I love that you guys leave comments and the stuff you want to hear more of. That's what continues me along the path, especially in today. I'm in Guam right now. There's tons of crap going on. We're standing humanitarian aid, disaster relief. You have all kinds of craziness going on in the world. What is going to continue you to perform this task? And that's creating that habit. You might ask, what if I'm barely getting by? What if I'm having a hard time getting food in my belly? I'm having a hard time basically paying the water bill. I'm worried about electricity going out. There's all of these things that compound, I can't even freaking speak, that constantly stack on one another. This is what gets into Maslow's law of hierarchy, okay? This is a pyramid. Now, it's not necessarily a pyramid, okay? What it is a way of self-actualization. What I mean by self-actualization is you want to better yourself. There's something that you want to do that in some way pays itself back onto yourself. So if I want to run a marathon, if I want to learn to code, if I want to create YouTube videos, if I want to do all these things, most of the time there needs to be these basic essences that need to be met, i.e. you need basic physiological needs, you need your water, you need shelter, you need food. Once those are met, okay, social needs. What do I need to feel loved, to feel like a sense of belonging? And sometimes it's never a straight pyramid where you're trying to get to the top, where if these things don't fit, you won't be able to progress. For example, there's people in India that are living on bare minimum stuff. They can barely make it by, they barely have enough to eat, but yet they feel happy and they feel fulfilled and they have that self-actualization. Why is that? They put their effort and their time and their energy into something that means something to them. It's never just an A or B situation, meaning if I'm doing this, I'm somehow neglecting this. It's a balance, it's a scale. How are you going to eventually balance this out in your life? Thank you for checking in with this video. If you guys have questions, and I want to hear one first, what motivates you? And I want you to put it down in the comment section down below. What motivates you, one, to get out of bed in the morning, to get after it, whatever you're doing, what are your goals, what are your ambitions? I want to hear what you have to say. Until then, check you next time.